I bet you didn't know most of these 33 secrets in hill climb racing too. Have you ever wondered what the meaning of these lights on the moonlander are? Yellow lights equals landing, green lights equals climbing hill, pink lights equals braking, red lights equals being too fast, blue lights equals 2 wheels in back of moonlander, white lights equals wheels detached. This is crazy, but did you know that sometimes the roof of the hill climber MK2 stays the same even though you change the paint of the car? The wheelie time will increase once you cross the finish line. The normal wheelie time is about 2 seconds, but then once you cross the finish line it will actually go up to 5 seconds instead of 2. In the track, like a hawk, there's a secret place above you filled with coins that I bet you didn't know about. Ladies and gentlemen, this is way too phenomenal, but in the city adventure map you can actually get inside the texture by simply using bus and thrusters. Please have second thoughts about riding the Ferris wheel in overspill fun because it can actually crash down. The chances of you not noticing this secret in Rust Bucket Reef is pretty high, so as you can see, bubbles are coming out of both of the tubes, but then when you enter the adventure map, only one tube is in function. Did you know that the coins that can be collected will gradually become more over time? Meaning when you start an adventure run in the beginning you can only collect very few coins, but later in the run it can be as high as 80 coins when you have them doubled. This is funny but also mysterious at the same time, but in this Halloween map a geyser just chills at the very end. Now you don't need to be an expert to know that geysers belong in Racer Glacier. The track Rubberist offers a hidden secret, so if you keep retrying the race the background will always change. Now something special about Hot Rod is that its engine can actually be broken off, and in case you want to make the vehicle lighter at all, I wouldn't do it cause it's not the easiest thing to remove it, so just drive normally. If you are bored playing the game, you can just drive till 2000 meters in the Desert Valley adventure map and you can just trap yourself. I don't know why you would do it, but if you're bored just try it for fun, I don't know. Sometimes the front of the bus can glitch in very questionable ways if you ask me. And also another secret about bus is that you can actually put it in rest mode by simply pressing both of the pedals. Did you notice that the coins in the zombie maps are being displayed in black and white, but when you collect them they return back to being gold? Wow, check this out, so in the track parking trailers the behavior of these woods is strangely unusual, a truly peculiar phenomenon. One splinters to pieces, another vanishes without a trace while the third remains completely unbreakable. I'm sure you know Bill Newton cause the entire game is about him, but I'm also sure that he has an evil side because at 2800 meters in intensity you can actually see him looking at you out of the window with a pretty disturbing smile. This one isn't the easiest to spot simply because nobody's paying attention to it, but bus contains an hatched egg, and when you start driving look at the egg carefully and you will notice that at one point it cracks. Upon reaching the 1100 meter point in the Canyon Arena adventure map, the screen undergoes an unusual shift, moving entirely to the left side without any clear explanation or apparent trigger for the change. You can only notice this when you have patience, but in the water tracks the bubble normally bursts within a few seconds if you can't re-enter any tubes, but right before it's about to explode and you cross the finish line, then it will never burst that way. Have you seen what says on the sign in the background in the Desert Valley adventure map? Well, as you can see it shows the letters BN, which simply stands for Bill Newton, so could it be that it's his house? When it comes to city, the motto is water equals driver down, meaning when you fall in a water pit you are done, but for some reason until you are only on your back wheel you should be protected from being done, if you know what I mean, but as soon as you let go of the balance, yeah, see for yourself. In the track, no skidding, you can find something pretty hilarious after crossing the finish line, so all you need to do is exit right before you cross the finish line and you will see a barn from countryside. The fuel positioning in the track flying log is quite a phenomenon. Memorize the position of the fuels. Now this is a trick to get a faster run, so wait a few seconds before starting the race, so that one of the fuels can reposition itself, making time trial easier and more fun. Were you aware of the fact that it's entirely possible to receive the medal without actually completing the race? The recently added map, Switchback Savannah, is an exciting addition to the game, but that's not really the main issue here. Have you observed that whenever your vehicle is positioned under a tree, its shadow is rendered as a basic rectangle? And it doesn't really matter with what kind of vehicle you drive, because every vehicle has the same shape. Just a quick side fact, you can almost break this metal bar in the Mine's Adventure map. Here's something you might not have noticed. When you equip the Hill Climber MK1 with the legendary 8-bits paint, it doesn't just change the look of the vehicle. The exhaust smoke itself is displayed in an 8-bit pixelated style, perfectly matching the theme. Isn't that wild? In Raging Winter, the wind indicators serve a functional purpose by showing the exact direction of the wind. So we all know that the background drops the further you go in adventure. When you reach 100 kilometers, the whole background falls except for this house, which at this point just completely floats in the sky. Take a look at this. In the Desert Valley adventure map, there are specific spots where you can remove the hood from your vehicle. Interestingly, it can't be done on the normal road, but instead it does work in these following areas. Here, 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 and here. Here's something interesting that some of you might already be aware of. When you move an object more than 100 meters away from its original position, it will completely disappear. This is a consistent mechanic across the game and applies to all movable objects, so keep that in mind while experimenting. Now for the last secret, it might have been just me, but not too long ago, whenever I paused the game, the vehicle was still moving in the background, and this could have maybe been some sort of bug or glitch, but comment down below if this has happened to you or not, regardless of it being a bug or glitch, or maybe something else.